Hey folks, this is Boost Hungry here. I've been playing a bit of Warcraft 3 Reforged. Well, whether you love or hate Blizzard for what they've done, the game is out, and I've been having some fun. Recently started playing some custom maps with some friends, and realized that there wasn't really good videos for this one, so I just wanted to post this so people can share it and see what it is. So this is a map called Monster Master. It's a RPG. The RPGs on the custom maps are maps where you can save and you level up and basically like an RPG. Very different from the standard Warcraft game. Um, so with these, you can save, you get a save string, and then when you load back in, you can use that load string to start where you were. Because it's basically a persistent game where you're leveling up a character, so it's going to take a while, and basically you could play it for as long as you want to. So in this particular game, it's essentially a dungeon crawler where you get a party of 3 monsters and you go through dungeons. So when you load in the game, you can create a new character, you can watch the tutorial, or you can load in an existing character. I recommend watching the tutorial. It's like 2 minutes and it just kind of explains the basics, but this will also give you an overview. For this, we'll just start a new character. So you can pick which starting monster you want. Um, we'll go with a dragon for now. So you select them, hit escape, and now you have your master, which is you, and your monsters. Your monsters have abilities and they have items. You can get 2 items on any monster. And as you level up, you will unlock certain abilities. They have a basic attack, and then they also have this toggled attack, which is a little bit stronger, but we'll use a mana. So monsters have health and mana. So we can just jump right in just to give you an idea of what to expect with the game. I'm not going to make this video too long. So there's a lot of dungeons, and these are basically like worlds that you run through. They're linear. Um, the idea is to go through them. As you level up and rank up, you'll get access to higher and higher dungeons. If you look at the map, this is one dungeon, and you use that portal room that we went through to get here. So your master has abilities that basically give bonuses to your monsters. Your master himself does not attack unless you get certain inventory items that are consumable, but for the most part, you just rely on your monsters. So you go to the monster management, you can release all your monsters, and that summons them. If they die, they go on cooldown, and you can summon them again. Once they die, you don't lose them forever. And the idea is you just go through these, and you battle other monsters. So, starting off, it's very simple. So, one thing you can do is you can capture monsters. So if I feed him, it'll make it easy for me to capture, and then I want to use a net. If you ever played Pokemon, you never throw a Pokeball right away. You always damage them first, get them down low to about 10% health, and you have a better chance of catching them. So, if we throw a net at him, we caught the monster with a 100% chance. Cool. Now, we have 2 monsters. So we can continue along this way and have 3 monsters at a time. These are basic monsters, basically like tier 0. There's tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5. To get the higher tier monsters, you can capture them in the higher dungeons, or you can combine 2 monsters. Monsters have types: beast, dragon, nature, etc. Whoops, busted monster. That's okay, we'll run out. To combine them, you use this system down here, where you put a monster as main and a monster as support. For tier 2 and beyond, for some of the tiers at least, you have 2 types. So you can have a nature demon or a dragon water type. The main will be the primary type, the support will be the secondary type. The types dictate what monster it is. There's lots and lots of monsters in the game, so experiment and play with them. I will load in a more advanced save I have to give you an idea of what that can start looking like. bear with me. I'll need to reset the mission in order to show you. So the more advanced monsters start filling out specific roles. Um, you can have, tanks, melee DPS, range DPS. You can have healers, support. The abilities they start getting are much more specific. And I can give you an idea of what that is based on the characters that I have. So if you want to load in your character, when the game starts up, all you need to do is just paste the load string in. When you type -save, it will save your current state, and it will save that to a file. That file will show up in your My Documents. Within that file, there will be a string that you can copy and paste, like this, and it will load in my character. So, as you can see, I am rank 10. I have a lot more abilities. Every time you load in, you reset your abilities. These are buffs. They're not actually things that you do. Increases basic attack, increases armor, increases hit point of the monsters as long as you are near them. So, more advanced monsters are things like this, where I have my Felguard, who's a demon dragon. He is much more tanky. He has abilities like multi-power, which increases his attack damage. Thunderclap does damage in an area, and Berserker goes into a berserking rage where he does more damage but takes more damage. Something like my Flaming Harpy is more of a caster. He's ranged, so he attacks at range. He has Breath of Fire, which spits fire into an area. He can activate Immolation, which will do damage around him periodically. Or he could actually toggle a heal. Can't do it here, but that will turn him into a healer, where he'll start healing over and over again. My Paradise Bird is much more of a healer with something like Healing Wave, which will basically heal my entire party for 120 hit points, or heal allies if I'm running with allies. It will work on your friends. Things like Blind, a AoE attack like Feather, and once you get to these higher ranks, which, by the way, to rank up, what you would do is you go into here, and that will set you up against an NPC, and you have to beat that NPC in order to get to the next rank. So it's kind of a gating feature. But as you rank up, you can get into stronger and stronger dungeons. So, as we go through, this gets much harder, and you need to start using your abilities more. I'm actually pretty high, and this is when I've actually not too much trouble, but you can see I am taking damage still. And as we go through this, we'll get more and more. If you can't clear it fast enough, you'll get respawns around you, so it can get quite difficult. But since this is a Warcraft multiplayer game, your friends can join you too. You can run through these together. You could combine with your friends. So if you combine solo, you are going to put 2 monsters in, you get 1 monster out. If you combine with a friend, you will both get a monster. So you won't end up losing any monsters. So it's a little bit more efficient to play with friends. You can play solo if you want to, but there's actually a community for this, and if you open up the game, you should get some people joining. So you can always just open the game and people can do their own things. If people are loading in saves, you might not be the same rank, you might not be doing the same dungeon, but you could work together, talk together, help each other out as needed, things like that. So, I just wanted to share this video so you guys can kind of see what this is all about. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you check it out.